G'day everybody. I want to talk about some spiritual theories and what I've learnt and seen throughout all the religions and the pattern they have and all that kind of thing. So I want to talk about a theory of what could go down when things go down. Now, we know that scientists talk about the string theory. If you don't know about it, look it up, learn it, and then keep listening to me. But there's a theory out there that everything is sound that vibrates on strings, right? Or waves. It's a string wave theory, or flat waves. Right? And it spreads out, and there's obstacles in the way, and sound will hit it and shoot that way, and not around it, and so on, unless that object hits its own. When a wave hits it, it makes a different kind of sound again, and so on. And the universe and everything, in the end, can evolve around sound. Sound is a powerful thing, and we're only just beginning to tap into it, which I'll talk about right now when it comes to sound and how sound can show pictures and it can vibrate and move things. You see, movement. Now imagine putting all that together and spirituality as well. Right. Everything's connected. Sound, waves, energy is a wave. Energy makes a sound. Everything is connected. But the higher you go, the more you get connected to the source. Right. And that's how the string theory works. And sound. And how we're all trying to put that together. Now out in space, there's this thing called black matter. It's everywhere. No one knows what it is. Black matter could be deep waves of the ripple. Right? So if you got waves like this, right, you're going to see, and you're trying to look, you're going to see black spots, deep holes, and ripples up as well. Could be known as black spots. Now that's not the answer of the dark matter, but it helps you see where the dark matter is. Now I'm going to leave it there when it comes to dark matter. I'm not here to solve the universe's secrets. In fact, you want to be careful when you go to solve the universe's secrets, because if you're not ready to handle the information, you may not want it. It'll be a little bit like the Indiana Jones movie, where she goes, "I want to know," and then the alien starts giving it to her and starts tearing her apart because she's starting to know about everything. She wants to know how it works. There you go. But do you really want to know? Because this part of life is over for you. Right? And then she's like, "No, I don't want to know. Hang on. I just want a power for here. Hang on. I'm going too far." No! So when it comes to theories and what happens in God's people, the angels, we can go back in history about the stories of gods. Right? And the stories of gods can be legit or they can be made up and manifested. Right? Either way, there's certain reasons why we have things. It helps keep a balance. Like if you have no one else, who do you have and what keeps you going? Well, we have gods in certain things. It helps keep the balance. Right? Besides loved ones and other things that are even more above that, and yourself, because why shouldn't it be? You're alive, you're here, and that's the whole goal of keeping yourself alive and happy. So when it comes to, say, everything's in a test, we're all in tests, we've got gods, and gods turn up as we've written in history, and they're here to help us. And if we want to go to that country, well, first we've got to rehabilitate, don't we? Before we can go meet other people, as we will be too barbaric to do tricks and will be a threat to them. So if we're a threat to them and not too nice and we're more too barbaric, then we can't mingle as one. Right? And they might even put us here. As we talk about tests, we do tests and make up creatures and put things in certain areas and so on. And so if we're an image of them, then obviously they do the same, don't you think? Test. Right? But they're above us, and we could be their test. And to find out the next bit of life and everything, you have to pass the test, as it's written in all religions. And then there's words written to show you how to pass this test. But it's written in a way of a riddle, where you have to work it out for yourself, because you can't be written in one way when it's different for everyone. But it's all there if you just look and see it right in your perspective. Now, there might be 100,000 that has the same perspective, and then another 100,000 that needs a different perspective to get nearly the same things, like teaching. And so we keep going through this book, and if you don't know what it means and you haven't got it yet, well, you need to keep studying it. You need to try to keep figuring out why these aren't working. It doesn't mean it doesn't exist and the things aren't true if you haven't studied it legit properly, you see. And how do you know that yours is right? Did you put all things together? Science, fact, truth, history, everything to get your answer. Because if you're not doing that, then you're more likely not getting the right answer. You get step answers. There's answers where you go, oh, I've got an answer here. But it's not the right ultimate answer yet. It's a step answer. Baby steps. It's like if you ever go to start spiritually all by yourself, you need to start from the bottom. You hear everybody else's, but that's not yours, you see. That's what I started creating myself. My one, like other people have too, before, to try to see how it fits. And if it connects with you, then you could be one of those groups. That's how we got these groups. Because they went, hang on, that's like me, I'm going to go like that, I like it like that. Until you decide to change it, or it goes away, wars and so on. And opinions. As what humans do, they fight and battle. It's an instinct. Animals do it, we all do it. It's a thing we have to control, and a thing we learn over time. Like everything's born, everything's crazy, everything needs to be taught, doesn't it? And when it's taught right, the quicker it's taught right, the quicker the balance becomes and life gets better. So when it comes to spiritual things, and the spiritual war comes, these people come, the test starts to begin, as it's written. We get signs. How do you take those signs? Do you take it as a legit thing? Have we hit a society where we think everything's just a coincidence? And no, that won't be right. That can't be right. Because if you think like that, you will never find the answers that I'm talking about. You're too fixated in one area and happier where you are, and that's fine. But you shouldn't block other people or stop or hurt other people that want to go a different way. As long as they're not hurting you or your environment, you got nothing to say. If they're doing it better than you, you have nothing to say. How about following them then? You see? And so when it comes to spiritual things start to happen. They rock up. I'll get back to that. What do you think will happen if they attack the people that are here to help when these moments start, as we've heard in history, plagues and all sorts of things? And they're always different, because usually if something fails, you try something different. Doesn't mean sometimes you got to try it a few times. That can happen. Sometimes it means it's not working, and so you try a different thing. So when these happenings happen that we've written down in history, that keep coming over time, we'll have slightly different things to show you and test you to see how you will react when these happen, to see if you'll see the point right, to see what you see and where you're up to, you see. So how do you look at life when you go through life? Do you do that? Or do you function like a robot or a sheep and just go with the crowd? Just follow the line. Just listen to him right now, even though you're not in your right path. And it doesn't hurt to do that. That's why we have trustworthy people and make friends. So it makes our decisions quicker and easier. But it can, over time, be corrupted and slowly changed as you don't notice. Like getting used to a bad smell. You can have a bad smell around, and after a while you get used to it. That's what happens with your mind and the way you act, because of the things around you. And over time, it got changed and you didn't even notice. This slowly changed, that's how tricksters get you. And then all of a sudden, it's like that, and it's hard to get out of the hole. So when it comes to spirituality and other realms and things like that, and the signs we start getting, do you believe if you attack the people that are trying to help at this time, that outcomes might affect the whole collective? So if one collective group is attacking righteous people that can do the right thing, and it's the time to do it, you see, then will things go wrong further in that collective, like they're cursed? That would be called a test, where they're doing something wrong and they need to stop. They may be doing too many things wrong and they need to start fixing their problems. That's what we've seen in history. That's what we talk about. And that's what helps us do the right thing, is knowing that these things may happen or will happen sooner or later. And if you look around, you notice things like this do happen. Some people think we're in a matrix because of patterns and things. But I believe patterns are just signs to help you, guide you. It's a way of God helping you and guide you. It doesn't directly talk to you. You can't do it to everybody. But he'll do it at certain times in certain ways. And definitely if you're looking, he'll give you signs to look for, which I've been asking for. And they can say, when you start looking, you may see, like looking in the cloud, you'll see what you want to see. But maybe that's a part of what you need to see to help your mind program. Anyway, have a good one, everybody. It's just a theory, things that we can try. And if you don't try, you don't know, right? I'm not saying that if these certain people get looked after, that the world will be a better place. These certain people could be 1,500, 15 million could be here, that could be the people that you need to talk to. And to find them is just to go the righteous way. And you may find these people. And then you may find things working better. Have a good one, everybody, and see you later.